you know, as kids, we don't necessarily want to be there, right? Like, you know, I'm sure when you was a kid, you was like, Mom, for real, like, why I gotta, you know what I'm saying? But still, that exposure, being in that environment, definitely rubbed off.
Oh, for sure.
So how important is your circle now? Like knowing that as a kid, you're not really aware of it. You're just kind of like in the environment. But as you grow up now, we can be more selective. You know what I'm saying? About the people we put in our circle, the type of you know, social experiences that we enjoy. Like now we got a choice. You feel me? So like, how important is that circle into you maintaining and continuing to grow with the success that you've already established?
The circle is everything. The team is everything. So I tell people all the time, like without my team, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I can't do all this by myself.
Yeah, man.
And I always tell people like,
you mean tell me you haven't figured out how to be in 5 places at one time?
Yeah, it's more than 5. At this point, I haven't figured out how to be in 13 places at once.
13.
Or be in Tucson right now while I'm sitting here talking to you in Houston. So your team is everything. Without them, you know, I won't be able to do it. So I empower my team, you know, to do their part. You know what I mean? So team is everything. Yeah. I can't say that enough.
Yeah, no, for real. When you're trying to grow like an organization as opposed to just like a sole proprietor, you know what I'm saying, one man show. We talk a lot about that with our DJ business. Yeah. You know, as far as like when we're trying to like close deals and stuff, and I share with brides all the time. It's like, look, I'm not saying that old buddy down the street, you know, who's a DJ, will not kill your wedding and do a great job. Like, I'm sure he will, but he's one man. He can't guarantee you he'll be available, you know, December 13th. You know, no human being can. But when you come to us, you get a whole company, you know, a team. Like if I get sick or something, like we got backups in place. You know what I'm saying? So, but tell me what type of team does it take? Like what type of business structure do you have? Is it like, hey, I got a manager for this store, a regional manager, or like sales associates? Like what type of team does it take in order to run? You don't have to get too detailed, but I'm curious.
So basically, I mean, the structure that I have right now, you know, I have district manager, store managers, and team members. Yeah. So that's basically how I have it. But I'm still very active in the business. So, you know, I try to know everyone that works with me. Yeah. At all the stores. I mean, I haven't been able to meet everybody. You know, we get people come and go. So I'm not always able to meet everybody, but I try to meet everybody. My managers, every last one of them, they see me all the time. They communicate with me. I communicate with my district managers. So I'm very, very present in all of my businesses. I'm not missing an action. I come by the stores. I personally go through there, check on them myself, along with the district managers, make sure shit is running right, make sure shit not broke. Yeah. Make sure business is going. Customer service is up to 100.
Come on. I love it, man. Well, tell me this. We got just a few more things I want to ask you, man. Because lately, people have glamorized like entrepreneurship, right? Yeah. It's kind of become like the sexy thing to do. Like being an entrepreneur is cool now, right? But like when you're really an entrepreneur and you really own businesses, it has some cool moments. But it's really just a whole lot of hard work. Tell me this. What has been either like the top main struggle or the top 3 or 4? Like what have been some of the hardest things you personally had to overcome to get to where you are now? It could be recent, it could be in the past.
So yeah. I'll start with recently. So recently, one hard thing for me is actually trying not to work so much. People don't understand, you know, being an entrepreneur, this shit is all day for me. This isn't like
it's destroyed families.
Yeah, this isn't like a part-time thing. Like I wake up to emails, phone ringing, and I go to sleep the same way. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm working 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year. You know, so that's what I do. So for me, I think, you know, a big part of it is really trying to scale back from working so much and trying to, you know, be more organized. But I would say, you know, a big struggle for me, you encounter all kinds of struggles. I mean, from, you know, staffing issues.
So you mean to tell me you get the same excuses?
Oh yeah, everybody. You get the same people call in, you know, you get the same.
You deal with traffic, I'm late, I'm stuck in traffic.
You deal with staffing, you deal with broken equipment, broken things, stuff breaks. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's on you to fix that. You know what I mean? If a machine break, I gotta fix it. If something happens, you know, if any health department or TABC or any of these, the city comes out in the inspection, maintaining things, keeping everything up to code, keeping all the permits. I mean, it's so much work. Or even, you know, concept and branding, designing, you know, rolling out new ideas into Candy Shack. You know, no one's doing this stuff for me. I'm doing this on my own.
Yeah.
You know, me and my team are the ones doing this. It's not, you know, whereas with like Jamba Juice, for instance, you know, they got a whole machine. They hand you a pamphlet and it's already done. You don't have to do it. For me, owning those Jamba Juices is a breeze compared to doing this. You know, I gotta approve every flyer that gets done here. I have to approve every drink recipe, every food recipe. Like everything is being done, a concept created by my team and then brought to me for the final approval. You know, so you know, if I would say that's one hard thing is just always something.
Yeah, and you know, responsibility. 100% of the burden of responsibility falls on you. You can't blame nobody. No matter who makes the mistake or what it is. At the end of the day, when you run the business and you own it, and it's Monday today, right?
Yeah.
It's Monday? Okay,
it's Monday.
Cool. I be forgetting sometimes. But it's Monday today. I went to the ER Friday. I was having some chest pain, man. Like, you know, chest pain, you don't play no games. Yeah. But it was on this side. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on the heart side, it was on the right side. So I knew it wasn't like cardiovascular or anything like that. And I go into the doctor, they do the EKG, the x-rays, you know, just the main concerns to rule out anything heart related. And sit me down, they deliver the results. They're like, yo, okay, cool. The cool thing is, it's not heart related, you know? Yeah. So they ruled all that out. And then they were like, it's probably just some sort of like muscular, skeletal, you know, I've been working out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting it in. And so at first I thought I pulled a muscle. She was like, nah, you ain't that serious. Like, slow your roll, homeboy. You didn't pull a muscle. It's just like some inflammation. And the doctor literally sat me down while I'm sitting in there with all the little connector things. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, look, you are working too hard. Like, I ain't never had nobody in my life say, hey, you working too hard. Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she's like, you are here today because you're working too hard. She's like, yo, you married, you got all the kids, you got the business, and you got this and that. She's like, yo, you need to rest. And then at the end of it, like, she didn't know I owned my own business. She was like, hey, so do you need me to give you a note so that you can take off of work? In the back of my mind, I'm like, ma'am, like, who am I gonna get this note to? Like, who do you want me to give this note to take off of work to? But that balance, man, is so real. I know so many entrepreneurs just like us who struggle to find that healthy balance, especially in hard times. Like when you run a business and it gets slow, like you said in the beginning, you know, you had no idea that you were starting a business in a time when it was kind of like slow for that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
But you had to put in them 12, 16 hours, you know, from sun up to sundown. Like you ain't had no choice.
I'm running to the store, picking shit up, and then I'm at the store standing there working all day.
I mean, oh yeah, so but now you're in a position to where you can find balance. So what does that look like for you? Like, cause I see you on the ground with Jaguars on your back, you know what I'm saying? All over the world. Like I be on your Instagram page, be like, where is VA at today? You know what I'm saying? It's like, where's Waldo? Where's VA?
I'm trying to live, man. I'm trying to live.
So, but how do you balance that though? Because I know you can't be everywhere. Is there like, hey, I promised myself I'm gonna take 2 vacations a year. Is it planned or is it just sporadic? Like, how do you find that balance?
Man, honestly, the way I find that balance is I'll tell you one thing. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb after a certain time of the night.
There you go.
You know, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I make it mandatory to. When I feel myself getting tired is when I really go on vacation.
Yeah.
So if I feel myself getting tired, and I'm like, man, I'm feeling exhausted, I burned out, I just stop. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll put things in place, I'll make sure everything organized, and then I just take a week off.
But man, that's so dope you said that you put things in place. You don't just burn off.
No, of course, like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
can't do that.
And that takes, like, going on vacation takes work.
Takes work.
Man, I love that.
So I put all that work in. I'm not gonna say cram it in, but I pack it in, you know,
so that you can
a couple of days so that I can turn off when I go on vacation. I tell you, I've been on vacations before, and I've told my team, like, hey guys, don't call me unless the building burned down. If the building ain't burning down, don't call me. You figure it out on your own and hit me later.
Yeah. I love it. So man, I got 2 more questions for you that we can kind of duck out. What I also want to know is, you told me about the struggle, some of the things that what's one of the best things about being a successful entrepreneur that you could have never anticipated? Like, what's your, like, man, I will never ever trade this for the world?
Being able to inspire others.
Yeah.
For me, that's huge. I didn't know that, you know, just me doing what I'm doing would be such an inspiration to others. So that's huge.
Yeah, people like to see people like them be successful because it gives us hope. You know, it's like, yo, I went, like we were joking around in the beginning, like, yes, I went to high school, went to college, you know, come from here, come from there. Basically, no matter where you come from.
Yeah.
You know, no, I love it, man, I love it. So tell me this, before we duck out, what's next, man? Candy Shack, Jamba Juice. So, like, literally, I know you bring this term, they don't, you know what I'm saying?
It's always moving. So the next step for me is really just take Candy Shack, you know, to a bigger brand. I want to expand it to more states, more markets. I'm going into a new market this summer. I'm already working on that. So just expand the Candy Shack.
I love it. Anything you can disclose? Is it like?
I can't disclose it right now. Just know we coming.
We're coming to a state near you.
I'm coming hard.
I love it, man.
Just know I'm
coming, man. Tell me this, man. If you said you love inspiring others. If like this was the last time, let's say you lose your voice after this interview or whatever the case may be, or this is your last day on earth and you know it. Like, what's one thing that you would share with anybody listening, whether it's like, hey, this is my future kids, or a young kid trying to make it, or a sibling, or relative? What's one piece of advice that you would give to the next man that you would want to be remembered by? Like, this is out of all my experiences, my business, my personal successes, it's the one thing I want you to know.
Honestly, I would say believe in yourself. Because other people may not believe in you. They may not believe in your ideas, but if you believe in yourself and you stay focused and push toward that dream, or, you know, and make it a reality, you will succeed. So believe. Come on. Believe in yourself.
Let's do it, man. I believe. I believe, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. Well, there you have it, folks. VA, Candy Shack, Jamba Juice. Be on the lookout. Candy Shack coming to a state near you. I'm hoping the next one is Louisiana. Just saying, like, we got folks out in the booth, but it is what it is. Anyway, man, we about to get it in on this Connect 4. It's going down. Undefeated champ. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Let's go.
All right.
Man. Appreciate it, man.